Hello guys, so I am about to listen to Radioactive, the album by McFly. And to be completely honest, I'm especially excited about this album because that means I get to watch the tour right after, so that's gonna be very fun. Also, the fact that we are starting off with Lies, I mean, come on, that's become one of my favorites of theirs, and that's been mostly from hearing them, well, watching them perform it live. So even though I already know I love the opening track, it'll be nice to be properly acquainted with the studio recording. Lastly, guys, if you want to watch the full-length version of this video, you can do so on my Patreon, which is linked in the description. Alright, let's go. Gotta pause, because my headphones are being messy. Alright, we should be good now. That's much better. Well, someone definitely just crashed in the background. Let's go, Dougie. Okay, funnily enough, hearing the studio version, finally in high quality, made me appreciate their live versions of it even more. That chorus definitely hits much harder in a live setting. Also because they put a further spin on the instrumentation. My biggest takeaway from Lies is that we need a moment of appreciation for Dougie, because it was pretty iconic to end the song on the bass riff. Couldn't imagine it any other way. Next up, One for the Radio. Why do I feel like I've heard them perform this one live as well? Sounds familiar, but I could be mistaken. I'm kind of obsessed with the sarcasm in these lyrics. Two tracks in, and I'm loving what I'm hearing, especially at this track, because I'm always going to be down for McFly talking shit about, well, the bullshit that goes on in the music industry. Although I feel this song is also addressing the haters in a way, and you know, I'm always down for that as well. What's even more ironic is that this song is very sincere in its message, but it's also cleverly written, which, you know, they're addressing in the writing itself. I may have just confused myself with that last sentence, so hopefully you guys understand where I was going. If not, oh well, sorry. Must be the radiation from this Radioactive album listen getting to my head. I also really enjoyed how much of a battle cry this song was. Loved the crowd chants and the chorus. It was very much giving a call to action type song in a fun way, so I think the intense pop-punk production suited it perfectly. And at this point, I'm very confident that I've heard them perform this live at one of their shows. Couldn't tell you which. I've seen quite a few McFly shows at this point, so it's becoming a bit of a blur. Everybody knows. Oh, are we one night standing? Seems like it. Oh my goodness. Another one of my favorite things in songwriting is writing a very depressing song over upbeat instrumentation. I love that contrast when it's done well, and it's being done very well so far with the song. Okay, I'm already having so much fun with this. Danny! You know, I hate to keep swearing unironically, but the best way I can describe what I got from the song lyrically is, f*** it. I think that's the point of the song. And you know what? I agree. I felt it. I felt it so intensely. Now, I'm assuming for them, the song is about them growing up as a band and as individuals at the same time. But I feel you could easily take the song in a social commentary direction. I don't want to open up those floodgates, but I will just say, perhaps the reason I felt the song so intensely is because of the state of things right now. For me, looking at the song through that lens, well, listening to it through that lens, that was actually very comforting. So, thank you, gentlemen. Do ya? What a great pronunciation of maybe. Okay. Did they just key change mids? I mean, this early? Wait, no. No. We're going back. We going back. What the hell is going on with this song? Actually, it's giving me a bit more of a mature take on Transylvania right now. I'm only like a third through the track, but that's what I'm getting so far, and I do love that as well. And oh my gosh, I have to stop swearing. What is going on, Bryson?
Everyone's done incredibly this year. I'm like looking around like, holy everyone is so amazing. I'm not allowed to say that. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You're Ariana Grande. We got you.
I've been here 2 seconds. I up. Oh my god.
I do want a mic drop.
All I'm gonna say is when I start pronouncing maybe as may hey hey be, I don't want to hear a word out of any of you. Oh, yes. They're gonna keep changing the key for each of the choruses. I see that song quickly becoming one of my all-time McFly favorites. That was an insane first listening experience, and I'm so glad that the stars aligned in this way, and I was able to listen to the song before watching the music video, because I have a feeling, and I watched the video first, I would have been way too distracted by the visuals and missed out on so many of the cool things that just happened. Once again, yes, I love all of you to answer your question. In fact, any man who takes the time to write a song with 3 key changes, all well executed, can have my hand in marriage. Although considering they're all married, except for Dougie, I believe, that's a bit of an issue. I also don't know if Dougie's single, and I'm not even going to address his sexual orientation because I don't want to ruin the fantasy for myself.
The thing is, I would have never done this to somebody that I love. When I got down on one knee again, I got interrupted. Good Lord.
I'm done with this. You are the meanest person I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, on that note, we are gonna move on to the next track. Oh, hello. Okay. Really like that they subverted my expectations for the chorus. I thought they were going to go big. They actually mellowed out even more. And this is already a very mellow track. I see you, gentlemen. All right, class. The word of the day is evolution, because that's what I'm hearing. Evolution. I don't know if this will make any sense to any of you, but this song feels like autumn to me. Like I am seeing a very vivid autumn scene set here. Basically, what you just witnessed is me realizing in real time that this is one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard from McFly. Yes, lyrically, but even more so sonically. This is another sound I'm hearing from them for the first time, and I'm just savoring the musical evolution that I'm hearing from them. This album so far sounds like growth to me, and as someone who's recently become a genuine fan, this is what I like to hear. Lastly, two things I want to point out. Bridge was fantastic. The way they basically used Danny's long notes as an instrument in the background. That's what really brought the goosebumps along. And also, the song having such an autumnal, dreamlike sound pairs very well with the lyrics because they're reminiscing. Once again, very clever. POV. Are we ballading again? We went from having a party at the beginning of this album to Heartbreak City. Okay, immediately, props to Tom for that vocal performance. I think that's one of the most prolonged, intense vocal performances I've heard from Tom. So that was really interesting. I guess another way of putting it is Tom's vocal performance in this song is what I would have expected from Danny. So it was nice to hear them switch things up a bit in that regard. I also really enjoyed that instrumentation because that was once again something I haven't heard them do before sonically, especially those drums. I think the drums were my favorite part of the song, so shout out to Harry. Now I'm wondering how long we're going to be in Heartbreak City. Corrupted. Hello, bass.
So good, you got to abuse it. Too fast, sometimes you lose it. Am I too much for you? You too much for me. Still wanna play corrupted.
I need Danny to continue singing in his falsetto like he just did a few seconds ago, like 24/7. I need Danny to shove his falsetto down my throat and gag me with it.
I was in pure shock. I thought I might have misheard.
Love the self-awareness. Ugh. Goosebumps. There is nothing about that track that I need more time with or more listens. And I'm still stuck on Danny's vocal performance on the chorus, so all I can do right now is gush over how amazing he sounded. Him flipping into his falsetto gave me goosebumps. That was my favorite part of the chorus. But beyond that, I really love hearing Danny dial it back a bit, because we all know he can belt his ass off, but it's always special when he gives those more reserved vocal performances because we get to appreciate another part of his voice that we don't hear as much. At least that's been the case so far on my McFly album journey, and it further proves just how much of a skilled vocalist he is. And as much as I would love to hear Danny sing in his falsetto much more often, I guess looking at it on the bright side, him using his falsetto in moderation does make me appreciate those moments even more. So yeah, but still, I want more. I don't care. I'm greedy. I'm greedy.
You don't
Smile.
have to have money to make it in this world. Just remember to smile, 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 and turn the world around. So just remember to smile, 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 smile. That's the way to start.
Getting some very strong I'll Be Okay vibes from this track.
To see what's underneath your nose. Oh, 'cause if you're feeling happy, smile, smile, smile. Come on and show us your teeth and what you got underneath.
Wait, what do you mean what you got underneath? Underneath my teeth? Underneath my clothes?
Smile, smile, smile. You gotta smile, smile, smile. Just remember to smile, smile, smile.
I think that song's reminded me the most of the previous albums, and I think this was a great track placement to take me back to those super uplifting songs that we all know McFly does so well. I don't see how Smile couldn't put a smile on your face at least. The end. Not the end of the album, but the end.
Kicking up is the hardest part. Nothing certain at the start. Letting go, so something can begin. Everybody knows the end. The curtain hits the floor, and everybody knows the end. Don't wanna get there, wishing that you give them more. Don't tell me what's gonna happen next. I'm
This song sounds straight out of a movie soundtrack.
alright, this feels.
A rom-com, to be more specific.
Behind all the things I miss, the next stop isn't where you think it is. 'Cause tonight I'm riding off the rails. Don't wanna get there, wishing that you give it more. It's not over till it's over, so how do we begin?
Don't want to get there wishing that you'd given more. What? An extremely relatable lyric.
And I'm gonna keep on count and throw away what doesn't really matter, and I wanna die on the highest high.
That's another song where I feel like it could have two very different meanings. It could literally be about a romantic relationship, well, really any type of relationship, but it could also be about taking on challenges and facing adversities in one's life. And I do feel like when they write these types of songs, they purposely leave them a bit vague. For that reason, that's a testament to their songwriting skills. Also, when I said the song sounds straight out of a rom-com, I meant that as a compliment. That's another one of my favorites. I really enjoyed how cinematic it sounds. And that's the third time I'm hearing a song on this album that I can't really compare to any previous McFly song I've heard. Back to the word of the day, class. Evolution.
I never thought that I'd be the one to say I've had enough. Yeah, you've opened up my closet of skeletons to catch you up. My mind's about to overload. It's a time I'm ready set to blow, and we'll be going through the motions. Go, go, go.
Okay, did they write this song on a Monday? Because I'd understand.
Finally, I've got it up. I've been the bottom lost, and I gotta going through the motions. My mind's about to overload. It's a time for me to set to blow, and we'll be going through the motions. Go, go, go. Going through the motions. Going through the motions. Going through the motions. Going through the motions.
I see what they're doing. Making this very repetitive. Clever. Once again. Tom, I swear if you don't stop hitting me in the face with these vocal runs, just sneaking up on me and hitting me for no reason, which by the way translates to Tom, please keep sneaking up on me and hitting me in the face with vocal runs. Now that I think about it, how I feel about Danny singing in his falsetto is how I feel about Tom bringing the soul and R&B flavors out of his voice. And with Going Through the Motions, it's not my favorite on my first listen. I've definitely heard better on the album so far, but I can't help but, love and appreciate the song for its message. I would personally like to dedicate Going Through the Motions to every single 9-to-5 job to ever exist. And we are almost at the end of the album. Once I get to the final track, it's probably going to hit me like, well, down goes another one. See what I did there? I'm sorry.
Said I'd die for you, and I would, but I drowned all those feelings in the flood. Every time I fall asleep, my dreams are haunted, and every time I close my eyes, I'm not alone. Down goes another one. Down goes another one. Living fast, dying young, but I'm living with what you've done. And how can I go on? 'Cause when I'm in the sun, I see a shadow on the ground, but you're never there when I turn around. And every time I fall asleep, my dreams are haunted.
I did not expect the guitar solo to be this. That was a very cool way to introduce it.
How can I go on? 'Cause when I'm in the sun, I see a shadow on the ground.
We are still very much in Heartbreak City, but at this point I've just pulled out a lawn chair and gotten comfortable to watch the McFly parade go through town. My apologies for the wacky metaphor, but that's how I feel. I also thought they did an especially good job here, making the instrumentation complement the lyrical content. It felt to me like the song's about mourning the loss of a loved one, a romantic partner in this case. Basically, the relationship died, and so they're burying that person with a relationship, and the song sonically feels very cold and dark to me. In a good way, as ridiculous as that sounds. But yeah, I thought they nailed it sonically. Only the strong survive. You know what? Even though there's still a bit of sadness here, I'm gonna count this track as out of Heartbreak City. There's that positivity again.
Every time we get up, are we destined to fall? And I'm asking myself, is it worth this at all? They tell me that only the strong survive. I don't know if we'll make it through the night. I guess I'll see you in the afterlife. They tell me that only the strong.
This song also feels very early McFly to me. Okay, first of all, I have to correct myself because it actually reminds me of Motion and the Ocean, so disregard that earlier comment. But what I find most interesting about this track is that it's the penultimate song, and there's still some very somber tones throughout. It's making me very curious to see what the last song sounds like, which is appropriately titled The Last Song. And I say we go straight into it.
Time has come to say goodbye. The sun is setting in the sky. The truth turned out to be a lie. It's over, over.
Okay, so this is the actual end. They mean it this time.
Away the melody, and all that's left to me
Oh, that change to the minor chord.
they're all faded.
So nice.
May not remember me.
Excuse me. They had no right to just change the tempo on me like that. I wasn't ready. I'll be okay. Huh. I wholeheartedly believe Danny wants to be buried with a guitar. Oh, sweetie, you don't want to hear me sing right now. Well, I must say, they definitely stuck the landing with that closer. It was impossible to not think of Queen when listening to that song for the first time, and of course, that's a compliment to McFly. But what I found so interesting is that even though I've heard them pay tribute to Queen so many times, this felt like them taking influence from Queen in a totally different way, which brings me back to the word of the day, evolution. Also, the last song and Everybody Knows feel like siblings to me because, well, they both give me very strong fuck it vibes. If everything's gonna fall apart, might as well have fun while we still can. Overall, this was another very fun McFly album to listen to for the first time. My current favorite of the ones I've heard is Motion in the Ocean, so I'm wondering with time if this one will change things. But what I was most impressed by with this album is how many firsts I heard from them. I mean, it's why I had to make a joke out of the word evolution, because this album feels like a departure from the previous three in so many ways, and they're all positive. I thought the production was fantastic. I also noticed a lot of these tracks, even the more intense ones, felt much more mellow, or maybe mellow's not the right word. They felt much darker and contained compared to some of the songs from the first two albums, for example. In fact, for me it was so noticeable, I'm wondering if these songs being much darker was a reflection of what they were going through at the time, you know, in 2008. I say that like I'm making some huge revelation. Obviously, artists put their troubles into their art. But for me, the darker tone was very in your face. And actually, guys, let me know if you agree or disagree. I'd love to hear your takes on that as well. So the tracks I favorited are Lies, One for the Radio, Do Ya, Falling in Love, Corrupted, The End, and The Last Song. And actually, my top three would be Do Ya, Falling in Love, and Corrupted. I say actually because I feel like quite a few of you might be shocked by Lies not being a top three track for me. The only reason is because the studio version didn't hit me as hard as hearing Corrupted for the first time ever. Guys, let me know what you thought of this album and what your top three tracks are. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!